Pacers center Myles Turner. And Myles, this is incredible because you've been with Indiana for 10 years. You're the longest tenured member of the Indiana Pacers, and yet this is your first NBA Finals. How does that put into perspective this moment for you?
The biggest thing is how validating it all was, bro. Just the entire process it took to get here. You know, just the ups and downs, the highs, lows, the pain, the joy, everything in between. You know, this makes it all worth it.
You're not even 30 yet. Does it feel weird to be the vet of this team?
You know, I've been the vet for quite some time now at this, you know, just seeing as much as I have. But, you know, guys look to me, man. I've been called uncle a couple times. A little different for me being a 90s baby, but it's all good.
I'm a 90s baby, too. Whenever anyone calls me ma'am, I'm like, who are you talking to? My mother? Who are we talking to here? But now that you're here, you're in this moment sort of trying to just soak it all in as you're preparing for game one of the finals here. The intensity kicks up a notch. What's your message to your team? What are you telling them? Because you oftentimes you've said to me last year, we know that we've gotten this far, but we didn't come this far to get this far.
Of course, just keep the main thing the main thing. I think it's the finals from what I've seen so far, is a big zoo. You know what I mean? We're the only show on TV. You know, EuroLeague's done. Obviously, we're only two teams playing, so everybody's watching us. So it's easy to get caught up in the distractions and the lights of what it is. But just calm waters, man. You know, there's going to be some days where things will be a little bit rough, some days where things are going your way, but you drown it out all the same.
I think show is a great way to describe this Indiana Pacers team. You all put on a show every single time you step out on the floor, particularly in these playoffs. The rest of us are sitting at home, and we're watching these comebacks that usually are once in a lifetime, and you've done them 3 times. Can you just take me through how you're not caught watching, what it's like in those moments? Are you just like the rest of us kind of in awe of what this team is able to accomplish?
We don't get surprised. Being battle tested is something that is so big in the playoffs. You know, I think the last 2-3 weeks of the season, you know, we were in these situations a lot. And we're able to find a way to win. And sometimes that's what it's all about, just finding a simple way. You never know whose night it's going to be.
You found a way to win against a New York Knicks team that your dad grew up a fan of the New York Knicks. You beat them last year, but to beat them on your way to the NBA Finals this time around, what did that mean to share that with your family?
Man, it was so special. You know, my dad, he's from Queens, New York. East Elmhurst to be exact. And, you know, obviously he grew up watching this series, you know, on the Knicks side of things. But, you know, once I got drafted here, you know, he had to bite that bullet a little bit. And now he gets to see it from, you know, this side of things. So it's special to have everybody there, you know, especially my mother, you know, and just my sister, you know, my lady, just all there able to see me just again, just taking everything I worked so hard for.
Yeah, sharing it with family is the best part. I know you got to go. I know you got a lot going on, so I'll leave you with this. You said that the Larry O'Brien trophy would be the Legos that you would have to build if you come all the way. Have you already placed the order? You hold off on that because it's going to take a couple weeks for a special order to come in. How do you do that?
Here's the way I look at it. You know, I know some people, so I'm going to get in advance.
Okay.
I'm going to start working on
there you
it.
Go.
But, you know, it's not all the way built yet. You know, it's just brick by brick every day.
Brick by brick, just like this Indiana team. Myles Turner, thank you so much for your time.
All right, appreciate you.
We should get some Legos, do them on the set maybe. We do have an interesting, count you in? All right, we got an interesting big man matchup in this series between Turner and Chet Holmgren. They've both excelled this postseason, shot blocking, 3-point shooting bigs as well. But whenever a big man dominates, it could help swing the series, and quite possibly the most dominant big man in NBA history had his most iconic moment 25 years ago today, and that is our electric moment, brought to you by Hyundai.
Timeouts left. The Lakers have 2. Bryant to shot.
It was 14 of 15 ESPN.com experts are picking the Thunder to win the title. Draft guru Jeremy Woo, the lone dissenter. He's taking the Pacers in 7 games. So the NBA Finals starts tomorrow. It's time for us to make our picks here. Who's going to win and how many games? Kendrick Perkins, I'm starting with you.
I'm not about to sit up and see everybody running in that way, and I'm going to go that way. I'm going with Oklahoma City in 6, and I'm being nice. I'm being nice because I want to show respect to Indiana. Got OKC in 6.
Ms. Ogwumike.
Okay, I'm going to be nicer to the Pacers, and I'm going to say Oklahoma City in 7. We're going to go
the distance.
Yes. Rick Carlisle, he's going to have something up his sleeve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, he did against Eric Spoelstra and the Miami Heat back in the day. Who are you taking in this one?
And I have been an underdog my whole life, and I will stay an underdog. I'm going with the underdogs. I understand.
Okay. I like it.
And my head wants to say OKC, but my heart is going to say Indiana.
I respect it.
I'm going with the underdogs. I'm going to go Pacers in 7.
Pacers in 7.
Pacers in 7.
All right. I am with Kendrick Perkins here. I'm going to go with Oklahoma City in 6. I think the Pacers are going to get one of their improbable comeback games that they have done so very well. They've won one in every single series so far this postseason. And I think they're going to get one of the OKC. They don't beat themselves very often, but every series, even Memphis, they get down by these double-digit leads in one game. And I think they're going to have another one of those. So, yeah, exactly. So that's what we're going to go with. I'm going to go with OKC in 6 here.
I'm going to tell you this. One thing for sure, 2 things for certain. They're not losing another game in this arena.
OKC?
I know that for damn sure. OKC is not losing the game in this arena. Period.
I'm going to just tell you one thing. A chip will make you a monster, Perk. You know what it is. A chip gonna make you a monster.
All right, that's who we get. Get in on the playoff action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook.
We'll see tomorrow.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Think I'm gonna try to wear I pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA on the ESPN.